now from Houston, Texas, is emergency medicine physician Dr. Awais Durrani. Good to see you again. Thanks so much for being here with us. So you've been in the ER this week. In terms of the flu, I mean, what have you been seeing, and what's sort of making this particular strain so aggressive compared to what we normally see during flu season this time of year?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been working all this week, and it feels like almost every other patient has the flu. Anyone who comes in with a fever, we swab them, and they end up having the flu. Everyone from kids to, middle-aged adults to elderly. Some of the patients that are the most sickest, the ones that need to be admitted or maybe develop pneumonia, they tend to be the elderly. The other thing we've seen with this is lots of kids are having vomiting. So that is something that is a known impact of having influenza, but I'm seeing a lot more of that personally throughout this past week. Here in Texas, where I practice, we have had about 1 in 5 flu swabs that come back positive this week, and that's a doubling compared to last week, which is a pretty alarming rate of increase. And then, of course, we have the holidays, and everyone's been mingling, so I imagine that's going to unfortunately kind of continue down that trend, but lots of flu everywhere in the emergency departments.
Yeah, you highlighted kids and the elderly. I mean, in terms of who might most be vulnerable to this, what are you seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. So both of those groups obviously have immune systems that are not fully developed. And with this flu subtype, it has evolved and has enough mutations where it's something that even for, a person like me, I probably haven't encountered it. And so I'm more susceptible to it. And then you translate that to a kid or an elderly person with numerous medical conditions or comorbidities, their immune systems are going to be weaker. And so they're going to be most susceptible to it. Add on top of that, our vaccination rates, when you actually look at those two groups, school-age children and then elderly over 65 are at a 7-year low. And so it's a combination of having the strain that we haven't encountered, a strain that gets us sicker, and then we have low vaccination rates. And so unfortunately, it's making for a combination of bad outcomes.
Okay, but let me ask you about the vaccines, because that's obviously a question many people would ask. I got the flu shot. Shouldn't I be, immune to this? But as I mentioned in the intro, this vaccine was made before this K variant emerged. So how much protection does it actually give right now?
Yeah, so I think that is a good point to make. There is a mismatch. And so I think a lot of people who got the flu shot, who maybe are exposed to the virus, they will likely get the flu. The important thing is they are not going to get the severe illness. And so we have an inkling of this and some data from the UK and Japan, where obviously they have earlier flu seasons. They have used a similar vaccine. And the data has shown that the severe illness, hospitalizations, and deaths in the groups that have gone vaccinated have been what we expect, which is low. And so that is the point to lead with. It's still not too late to get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. It's going to protect you against the severe impacts. And you might have a mild illness, which all things considered isn't the worst.
Yeah. While I have you here, I'm just wondering, we're talking now about the flu, but what about COVID? Where is that sort of right now? How are we doing in terms of the numbers that we're seeing there?
Yeah, so we're just entering, if you look at the last few years, the kind of point mid-December, mid to and onwards, where those cases start to rise, and we're just starting to see them rise. They're nowhere near the kind of almost exponential rise that we've seen with flu. I do encourage everyone, if you're qualified for a vaccine, if you're eligible for it, get it. It's never too late, and it's going to protect you. It's going to protect you from severe illness. And you brought it up. The other thing we're seeing is a lot of whooping cough. That's another vaccine preventable illness for young folks. So ensuring that those folks are getting those vaccines is very important as well.
Yeah, despite all the conflicting information perhaps we might be getting from certain government agencies. Finally, before we go, we've got, families gathering for the holidays, people traveling, emergency rooms, as you said, are packed. I mean, what's the most practical thing that people can do right now to protect themselves and their families?
Yeah, so a few things. Obviously, if you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you're sick, stay at home. We don't want to expose the elderly or young ones around us and get them sick. The good thing is there are at-home flu tests, so get that flu test. And if you have it, if you're within that first 48-hour period, there are numerous medications that are approved. They're prescribed medications that can prevent the illness, prevent severe versions of it, or decrease the duration. So call your doctor and discuss that with them. Hand washing is very important. Washing your hands for 20 seconds and kind of making sure that the soap kills all of the viruses and bacteria that may be out there. And then if you're traveling, I would encourage wearing a mask just for protecting yourself. And then if you're sick, obviously not exposing others. But I think that combination of things will give us the best shot to get through the holidays.
Yeah. Great advice all around. Dr. Awais Durrani, thank you so much for speaking with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.